Did you know that in the first half of 2025, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement spent $30 million on an AI system that can sift through voter records, tax filings, and DMV databases in seconds? Or that Customs and Border Protection has deployed over 300 AI-powered surveillance towers along the border? If you think immigration surveillance only affects undocumented migrants, you're mistaken. We're uncovering the vast network of phone hacks, facial recognition scans, and data mining tools now at the government's fingertips, and why every American's privacy is on the line. Welcome back to Inner Circle Trust. Today we're talking about something that goes far beyond immigration policy. We're talking about mass surveillance. What I'm about to show you is a sophisticated network of surveillance technologies that has created one of the most extensive domestic monitoring systems in American history. Here's the reality. The technology and databases built for immigration enforcement do not stay in their lane. When government agencies have access to facial recognition, phone hacking tools, and AI systems that can track anyone's movements, that power doesn't magically limit itself to just one group of people. We're talking about over 325 million biometric profiles in government databases, AI systems with access to voter records, tax data, and utility bills, and cell site simulators that sweep up location data from all nearby phones. The stakes here aren't just about immigration, they're about the Fourth Amendment, the right to privacy, and whether we're comfortable living in a surveillance state. Because once this infrastructure exists, it can be used for anything. Let's break down how these tools actually work, because understanding them is the first step to protecting yourself. First, electronic device searches at ports of entry. When you cross an international border at an airport, seaport, or land crossing, CBP may inspect your phone or laptop without a warrant. In fiscal year 2024, CBP conducted over 47,000 device searches, and in just the second quarter of 2025, they set a new record with nearly 15,000 searches in 3 months alone. While this represents less than 0.01% of all travelers, those selected face military-grade extraction tools that can bypass encryption and recover deleted data. They're using tools from companies like Cellebrite, the same company law enforcement agencies worldwide rely on. Their universal forensic extraction device can break locks, decrypt files, and pull out hidden data. Beyond ports, CBP also operates interior checkpoints on certain highways within 100 miles of the border. At these checkpoints, officers may inspect vehicles and occasionally devices if there is reasonable suspicion. But they cannot perform random searches of residents in nearby cities without legal cause. Next, ICE deploys cell site simulators, often called Stingrays, that masquerade as cell towers. When agents activate one, every phone in the area connects to it, revealing location and device identifiers for innocent bystanders. They also purchase location data from commercial brokers. Companies like Ventel claim access to information from more than 250 million devices worldwide. Any app with location permissions can funnel data to brokers, who then sell it to government agencies. Now, facial recognition. ICE agents carry an app called Mobile Fortify that scans faces in real time and checks them against government databases containing over 325 million biometric profiles. They also just signed a new $9.2 million contract with Clearview AI, the company that scraped billions of images from social media to create a massive facial recognition database. This is Clearview's largest government contract to date and represents a significant expansion beyond their previous work with ICE. Then there's Palantir's Immigration OS, a $30 million AI platform that integrates records from multiple government sources. We're talking about voter registrations, IRS tax filings, DMV records, social security details, and utility accounts. The system analyzes patterns, predicts enforcement priorities, and flags individuals for investigation based on risk scores. Palantir is scheduled to deliver a prototype by September 25th, 2025. You might think, I'm not doing anything wrong, so why should I care? Here's why. When you travel internationally, your phone or laptop could be searched without a warrant. Personal photos, messages, browsing history, all vulnerable. If you attend a protest or rally, facial recognition systems could flag you for simply being present. That threat chills free speech and assembly. Facial recognition errors disproportionately impact communities of color, leading to false matches, wrongful detentions, and unjust scrutiny. And here's where mission creep comes into play. These surveillance tools were introduced to enforce immigration laws, but with few statutory limits or oversight mechanisms in place, there's nothing preventing them from being repurposed for other law enforcement or intelligence activities. For example, technologies like stingrays and phone hacking devices, which can intercept communications and track anyone nearby, could easily be used in drug investigations or to monitor protesters. Palantir's AI platform, designed to predict deportation targets, could be adapted to flag individuals for tax audits or national security probes without additional legislative approval. The lack of clear regulations and independent audits means each new use case further entrenches these systems, making future rollbacks more difficult and expanding the surveillance net over time. Through commercial data purchases and database integration, the government potentially has your home and work addresses, your travel patterns, your political affiliations, your financial transactions, and your social media activity. This isn't science fiction. It's happening right now. But there are steps you can take. For international travel, consider using a secondary phone or wiping your device before crossing the border. Back up your data to encrypted cloud storage and restore it after you clear customs. Know your rights. You can refuse to provide passwords, but CBP may detain your device. Always document any search or seizure. For everyday privacy, start by auditing your app permissions. Turn off location services for apps that don't need them. Use a reputable VPN to encrypt your internet traffic. Switch to encrypted messaging apps like Signal or Wire. Opt out of facial recognition where possible. For advanced protection, use a Faraday bag to block all radio signals to your phone. Learn secure deletion methods to permanently erase sensitive files. Tech-savvy users might explore privacy-focused operating systems like Graphene OS or Calyx OS. Finally, know your resources. The Electronic Frontier Foundation, ACLU, and EPIC offer guides on your rights and legal support. Bookmark their sites before you need them. Here's the bottom line. This surveillance infrastructure affects every American's digital rights. Phone extractions, facial recognition scans, AI-driven data analysis. These tools don't discriminate based on immigration status. The first step to protecting yourself is understanding the scope of this network. The second step is taking action. Implement the privacy measures we discussed and demand transparency and oversight of these programs. If this video opened your eyes, hit subscribe and ring the bell for more on privacy and security. Share this with friends and family who care about digital rights, and let me know in the comments. Were you aware of these surveillance practices? What steps are you already taking to protect your privacy? Thanks for watching. Privacy isn't about hiding wrongdoing. It's about safeguarding the freedom to live without constant surveillance. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.